card reading time. It is the end of April. Whew, we pushed through, y'all. It's been rough. But you know what? May is just around the corner, and it is time to get excited about May. It is the springtime, and it is just time to kind of move on and see what's our energy and what will kind of come to us in the month of May. So we have three different options. As always, we have deck number 1, deck number 2, and deck number 3. And so, as always, take a few deep breaths. Allow yourself to just be in the moment, relax, take some time away from whatever it is, whatever that is going on with you. This is a time to just follow your intuition, follow your higher self, ask God for guidance, your spirit guides, whoever you speak with when you need assistance. If you are feeling pulled towards 2 different decks, that is okay. You can choose both, but your goal is to just follow yourself and follow which card deck or crystal speaks to you. If you need to pause this video, do so. And we are going to move on to deck number 1. All right, my spiritual family, for those of you that chose deck number 1, we are going to do our reading and to decide and figure out what is going on with our energy for the month of May, what is going to be something that we need to look forward to or look into. All right, so the first ones that we're going to start off with here. Okay, we have the 10 of Swords. And so for the 10 of Swords, that represents just an energy of kind of feeling like there are things that are a little bit beyond our control. You may kind of have some possible sudden failures or just feeling a little defeated at this time. And so for the month of May, you may feel slightly defeated with certain things that are going on. However, the 5 of Pentacles just represents just this energy of feeling that loss. And so you will feel the loss of whatever is going on in the month of May. You are going to lose something, but you are going to just feel a little down and out about it. Let's see what else. Yeah, the Fool card. So the Fool card just represents like the end of something, but also the beginning of something. And so there's a necessary ending of something that needs to just be done, and that is going to create some new beginnings for you, honestly. And so with the Page of Cups represents just the feeling of being kind of full of emotions. Yeah, and so I think what you're just going to have to realize is that certain things are just going to happen, and it is going to be frustrating, and you're going to feel a little out of place, but just understand that you are going to get through it, okay? Yeah, and so the World card pops up, and so the World card is actually a really beautiful card. It just represents just that feeling of having those new beginnings and infinite possibilities. And so although you may feel defeated a little bit and feeling just, these endings, it's hard. You feel like when things end, it's like, oh, the ending of everything, and it's not. It just means that there's going to just be something beautiful that comes out of it next. And so I just want you to be reminded of that and realize that although, yes, things are ending, there's going to be a beautiful beginning of something. So So let's go on to the next thing, and that is the Son of Wands. And so for the Son of Wands, it just pretty much represents, and it is reversed. And so when it comes to the Son of Wands being in reverse, it just talks about just having that anger. And so just realize that, I guess what I'm going to say is, I know you're going to feel angry, and I know it's going to be frustrating, and we all don't like for things to really end that you may want to keep, but you also have to understand that certain things have to end in order for the beginning that you're actually looking for, and the things that you want for them to happen for you. So things have to end in order for something else to begin. And so you have to stay in the world card, and that world energy of just realizing that these new opportunities are going to come up for you because you're releasing certain things and you're ending certain things. So even though it may feel really negative, it's actually a positive, because you are going to come up very positive and lucky. Yeah, and so with the heart card just represents a love, and in some ways just a love and appreciation. It can also represent just this energy of really having some forgiveness that comes with it. And so if it is a relationship that you're ending, understand that there's going to be some forgiveness, but then there's going to be a new beginning that kind of pops up for you. And so with the mice card represents just having that destruction or defeat feeling. And so, like I said, in the month of May, you're going to feel a little defeated. You're going to feel angry and frustrated that certain things are ending. But you also have to realize that in order for things to be how you want them to be, so if you've been manifesting a lot in April, and you've been manifesting some of the things that you want, understand that when you manifest things, sometimes you have to get rid of certain things in order to actually gain the things that you actually want. Certain things need to be released. Boundaries. Set them daily. So yeah, there's some boundary setting that you're going to have to do in the month of May, and really realizing that when you end certain things, boundaries need to be put up, so that way certain things don't come back to us, right? And so the love card, relationships and harmony. So I said this earlier, and I feel like that's what it is. It might be actually that a relationship is ending. It could be a friendship, it could be an actual relationship, romantic relationship. But what I am sensing is that although it may end, there's some new beginnings that are going to happen for you that you actually are really wanting. And so just be reminded of that. Seek. The power of spirit exists in all things. Everything is made of energy, and every single thing in your physical world contains a fragment of spirit, including you. We are all one with spirit and always will be connected to one another. So understand that if you need to seek guidance from someone else, or seek just helpful hands during this time, do so, because we're all connected. And so I'm sure with your friends, they're going to feel your energy of being frustrated and anger, and lean on them through those difficult times. Strength, and have the strength. Strength comes from many sources. Staying strong brings confidence, conviction, and balanced body, mind, and soul. Spirit has its own unique and beautiful way of replenishing your soul with strength and on a continual basis. You're never really alone. We are always with you. So once again, it's like the seeking and then the strength, having the strength to say, I have to release certain things in order for me to gain the things that I really want in my life. Some things just have to go. And it does bring some type of pain sometimes, but a lot of the times it brings pain because you've been holding on to it for so long, or holding on to it for dear life, not realizing that those are just the things that you have to release in order for you to kind of gain the things that you actually want out of life. So the mountain goat. There's something out of balance in your life, so do whatever you need to do to correct it. Yeah, something's in balance, and those are the things that you have to release. But I do think you're going to release them in the month of May. It's going to cause some frustration and anger, but it's what's best for you. The polarities of your spiritual pursuits and physical pleasures are out of balance. So do whatever is necessary to bring them back into your Librium. Once again, you're out of balance. So if you're wondering, like, I don't know. Okay, she said it, but who does? It just said it twice. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are out of balance. And so it's time to kind of shed the things that don't serve you anymore and move forward. The Age of Light. You've been training for this for a lifetime. So understand that this is part of your process. You are here for this. This is what you've been waiting for. It's time to kind of embrace this ending and really push and be excited for the beginnings. Keepers of the Earth. You are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand behind you. I feel like, honestly, your guides and your spirit angels and spirit animals and everything that you pray to and talk to, they really want you to know that they're standing behind you with this. They're right behind you. They're beside you. They're actually somewhat in front of you, making sure that you don't fall and stumble on yourself. They're really here to guide you and be there for you, because the simple fact that you see here, you have the ancient, you are not alone. Then it said again that you're not alone in the seeking. Like, it's basically telling you here that you're not alone. They're here for you. They want to assist you. And so just remind yourself that even though you feel like you're alone, you're really, really not. Surrender to the divine. It's time to surrender. Surrender is very hard. That's actually my word for my whole motto for my life right now is to surrender, because I have a difficult time sometimes surrendering to things. And so this card means a lot to me because it's something that I'm actually currently working on too. So I feel you, you guys. I feel you on the surrendering. We have to just surrender to the divine and realize that God is ordering our steps. The universe is here to guide us through it. And we're just going to get through it. And it sucks that sometimes things have to end in order for things to happen for you. But once you see the beautiful things that come your way and all the blessings that come after it, you'll be thankful that you did. Communication is key. So making sure that when you do end these things that you're communicating with those specific parties or whoever you need to speak with, of communicating your needs. So that way when you close the chapter, you're completely closing the chapter. You know how like sometimes we just, you know, with a guy that you don't want to talk to anymore, you kind of just leave him alone or you ice them. That's not going to work for you. You need to communicate and let that person know, like, listen, I need to move on to my next chapter. Unfortunately, I just feel like as of now, we just aren't vibing and I just need to really focus on myself, or whatever you want to say, but just making sure that you communicate these things and move on. So that is your reading for a month of May. Understand that, yes, you're going to go through some hard times. It's going to be a little rough. There's going to be some endings, but there's going to be a beautiful beginning that is ready and waiting for you with multiple blessings right behind it. So this is your reading, and we are going to move on to deck number 2. Okay, spiritual family, we are on to deck number 2. We are going to see what this energy is looking like for the month of May. Try to figure out what are some things that may happen or go on for you, and just what's the current energy that you're going to move into month of May with. All right, so the first 2. We have the King of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles represents just having this beautiful energy, actually, of manifesting and having this self-discipline and control that you are having. The King of Pentacles has this energy of just being that leader and just kind of smashing those goals. And so you are in this king type of energy, just really pushing through and just manifesting some goals here. The Six of Swords. The Six of Swords represents just this energy of this energy of just kind of realizing that you're in a better position in your life, and it's kind of time to take that step forward and kind of make some decisions on what you need to release and what you need to move on to. And so with the Six of Swords, it's kind of just saying that and the King of Pentacles, you're in this like feeling of you're ready to kind of move on and manifest the things that you want, and you're ready to release certain things that just don't serve you. I feel like you're in a good space right now. So let's keep going. Okay, with the Three of Wands. So the Three of Wands pretty much just is in reverse. So the Three of Wands represents just having some unexpected delays though with your manifesting. So you're gonna have this energy that you are ready to manifest. You're smashing your goals, you're ready to go, but just understand that there might be some slight delays, and that's okay. Delays happen, so just be patient in those types of times, so that you're not always going to just smash that goal exactly when you want it to. So just continue with that same energy of pushing through, and realizing that it is going to happen for you. But just keep in mind that when you're pushing through and having those feelings of smashing those goals, it also can create this energy of having some painful endings that are kind of necessary for your growth. And so you are going to have to end some things, and it is going to bring some pain from you, but because you're sitting in that King of Pentacles and that energy, I think that you're going to be okay. You just have to remind yourself that like things have to end in order for things to begin the way that you want them to. Yeah. And so just being just kind of reminding you that with the Four of Cups, you know, and it is reversed. So just kind of reminding yourself that don't be too passive. And so you kind of got to like step into yourself and remind yourself that you can't be withdrawn, and when those things happen to you. So when you have these endings, don't retract and withdraw yourself. Like, stick with that king energy and push through. What I don't want you to do is go through these things that you have to end, and it feels painful, and then you kind of retract and be like, okay, like I'm just gonna stay to myself and not manifest these things because things just keep kind of coming my way, and things keep ending, and I have to keep releasing. No, like that's the whole point. And it's hard because, you know, as I'm talking to you, I'm kind of talking to myself. You know, it sucks when things end because you have this attachment to these things, but you're not realizing that you're attaching to things that actually are stopping you from the things you actually truly want. So, you know, although it feels like those are the things that you kind of want, the things that you really want and your actual purpose, those things that you're holding on to just aren't serving you in order to get those big things that you want. So it's almost like saying, okay, like, all right, I'm not going to eat this ice cream cone because the reality is I want to have this beautiful figure, right? And so you're realizing like, oh, okay. And I know this sounds silly, but it's kind of the truth. Like, you're kind of like, oh, I really wanted that ice cream. But that's like that temporary satisfaction, not realizing that, okay, if I continue to say no to this, I'm going to get to this figure that I've always wanted, and that was the whole purpose. So what I'm trying to say is realizing that maybe the small things that you have to release, don't stay so stuck on them and become withdrawn or feeling bad after the fact. Realize that there's just this other thing that is coming to you. And so, yeah, that's why I think I'm saying a lot to you about this, because it's this negative energy that I'm feeling that you're gonna have because you're ending things, but I don't want you to feel that way, okay? Your higher self doesn't want you to feel that way. Don't sink into your negativity and your negative energy because certain things are being flushed out and released. It's necessary. And so when you understand that these things are necessary, you can step into that King of Pentacles power and really recognize that you are kind of in this other path towards greatness. Okay, red, safety, strength, and power. And so with that being said, the red kind of represents the energy of the root chakra, and it also represents safety. So just making sure that you're aligning yourself and staying connected to yourself and making sure your chakras are aligned, especially your root chakra, because it's going to shake your foundation a little bit. And I like to think your foundation is kind of like your root chakra. Your root chakra is like kind of your safety net, your foundation, like staying grounded. And so it's going to shake some of the ground underneath you, but understand that it's necessary for the things that you really want out of life. And so the new dawn, welcome back. Oh, I love that. So it's like, basically it's just saying, you know, there's something beautiful that's going to come out of this. I honestly feel like the month of May is going to be for you to kind of stand your ground and make some hard decisions, because then in the month of June, you're going to flourish. Like, I really, truly believe that. I do feel like this is good energy, honestly, even though, you know, you're having those hard times, it's for a reason. Yeah. And so the stork energy represents just kind of having the feeling of change and transitions and new cycles. And so you have to realize that this is a new cycle for you. There's a transitioning happen, and when you transition, things go and certain things come in. So just realize that you are going through a transition, and that's okay. And it's going to leave you a little lonely, a little isolated, but that's okay. Take some time for you. Do some self-care. Make sure you're taking baths, cleansing yourself. Do whatever. Music. If you love music, make sure you're listening to a lot of music in the month of May. Just do things to kind of keep yourself vibing high, so that way you don't sink low and vibe low. Okay, the condor, you're too enmeshed in this situation, so take a step back and see the big picture before making any decisions or taking action. So like, once again, you're too caught up into whatever you need to release, so you need to make sure you take a step back and really make sure that you are releasing the things that just don't serve you anymore. And so with the cat, it's time to strike out on your own and relinquish your over dependency on others. So yeah, it's time to kind of step into your power. Okay, it's time, and embrace the moment. Okay, embrace this day, this very moment. Think positively today and repel those negative thoughts. Boom, repel those negative thoughts with the devil card, right? Try not to judge yourself or others. This may be harder than you think. What actually is happening is that you're changing your energy. So if you're wondering why this is happening, it's because you're changing your energy. You're trying to vibe high, you're trying to elevate yourself, and when you're trying to do those things, certain things have to go. And so it becomes difficult and it's hard and it's frustrating, but you will get through it, and it is most definitely right for you, okay? A child's love. The love between a parent and child is one of the most precious and deep connections we make during our time on earth. Children start out as a part of us, and from their first cries, they establish themselves at the biggest part of our hearts. So understanding that, you know, a child's love, so understanding that love, keep that energy going. So when you're having those low moments, dig deep and understand that self-love and that child's love. Keep that energy flowing, because I think what's going to happen is when you become withdrawn, it puts you in a negative space. So although you're trying to elevate and things are releasing, you're actually adding negativity and adding negative energy that you eventually have to release as well. So it's like you're almost like releasing and then putting some more gunk on top of it. And it's like putting you in a place where it's like you're trying to elevate, but you keep putting this dirt on top of it, and you kind of have to keep cleaning up the mess. So you have to stay high and vibe high and remind yourself that this is all worth it in the end. Don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? So it may be releasing certain friendships. It may be releasing certain situations that put you in a place where you're dimming your light, and it's time to elevate. Pillar of light, your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. So once again, I just said that you're vibing, you're trying to vibe high. So you can't mess this up. You can't, get in your funk when things are kind of being released, you have to remind yourself that you're trying to vibe high. That's what you wanted, right? That's why you're on this channel, right? Is to vibe high. And so if you're trying to vibe high, you kind of got to release a few things and kind of let a little things go that maybe are just not serving you anymore. But you got this, because that King of Pentacles is standing out. Confidence is the key to success. Having confidence within yourself. I was just basically saying that. Just really standing into your King of Pentacles, standing your ground, and really realizing that you can do this. This is what you wanted, right? You wanted to vibe high, you wanted to elevate, so certain things just have to go. Meditate and contemplate. I said this earlier, you need to make sure that you're meditating and releasing, and making sure that you're really truly finding ways to kind of isolate yourself and release certain things that just don't serve you. And so what I will say is, in the month of May for you, you are going to be releasing some things that's going to cause some just, sadness and just feeling a little withdrawn, but I need you to push through that in the month of May and remind yourself that this is all for a greater purpose, because I do think in June it's going to be time for you to really step into that confidence. I really think some of the cards that might come out for you is just really I don't know why, but I was kind of thinking of the Empress card, honestly. It popped in my head just now. So you got to tell me if you do the June predictions and you get that card, you need to let me know, because that would be super insane. But I do think you guys are just going through something of just releasing, and you're on your way of vibing higher and elevating yourself spiritually. So it is good energy. I do feel like you're going to get through this, and just remind yourself that you just have to keep pushing, all right? So this is your reading for your May predictions for my deck number 2, people. So now we're going to move on to deck number 3. All right, spiritual family, we are now at deck number 3. I'm so excited to kind of let you know what's going on in the month of May for you, and what is your current energy as you move on to the month of May. So let's do it. All right. Okay, you got 2 sevens here. 7, 7. The 7 of Pentacles. So the 7 of Pentacles just represents this energy of pretty much hard work and like patience. And I do think that you're kind of stepping into this energy of really kind of putting in the hard work, but having the patience and not rushing the process of things. And so with the 7 of Cups sitting there as well, the 7 of Cups kind of represents just having having a lot of options in a sense, and kind of weighing in your options. And so I do think because you're having this patience and your hard work, it's allowing you to have all these options that come your way. And I do feel like that's a good thing for you. So let's keep going here. So now you have the 6 of Pentacles here. And so the 6 of Pentacles just represents like this energy of like having financial stability and like being able to kind of just help others. And so I do think you're having this great energy of being able to almost give back to others, and almost like be the person that kind of helps others. And so I do think you're in a good energy of, I think you're feeling almost like fruitful, and having just this really good energy of where you feel like you're in a good space. But then you have the 7 of Swords. And so with the 7 of Swords, what that represents is just having like, wow, that's so crazy. You have like 3 sevens here. That just dawned on me. You're going to have some issues with just like having that instant satisfaction though. Yeah. mindful as you give to others, and you're having this good energy, and you're having a good space, that you don't give too much. And I don't want to say like there's a such thing as giving too much, but there kind of is sometimes, where if you give too much to people, they tend to you tend to start getting a little overwhelmed. Yeah, and so like if you look here with this, seven of swords, it's just like you're gonna have some mental blocks with that. Yeah, I just want you to just be mindful that as you are just giving to others and you're having this good energy, just be mindful of when things kind of shift, and when they do shift and you're starting to have like these mental blocks, that you're not going to get frustrated as a result. Let me keep reading here and kind of seeing what else comes out of it. Yeah, stepping into your Nova. So like stepping into just that energy of you're just in a really good space. You know what I'm saying? And so what I don't want you to do is get sucked into the drama when you actually are around other people that may be not in the same space as you. And so just be mindful that can actually bring some mental blocks for you if you are around individuals that just aren't vibing as high as you. It's so great to give to others, and that's actually how you receive more blessings. But I just want you to be mindful too, is when you give to other people, that you're not sucking their energy. So almost like having like energetic vampires in a sense. You don't want to have those people kind of suck your energy because you're in such a great space, if that makes sense to you. And so what I'm going to say with the Nova just kind of has this energy of just being that spiritual beast in a sense, and just being in that like divine space, and having that divine strength. And so, like I said, like you're in such a good place. I just want you to make sure that you're protecting yourself. So like maybe putting yourself in a bubble when you know you're going to be giving to somebody that maybe is not in a good space. Or when you take a phone call from a friend that you know is going through a lot. Just making sure that you're creating a bubble around yourself as you give to others. Because I can also see people sucking some of your good energy out, and it's going to also make you start feeling the feelings that they're feeling. So just protect yourself as you are vibing high. That's part of vibing high, is also knowing how to protect your own wonderful energy. Yeah, and so that's why, boom, the Two of Swords comes up. And so it's crazy because when the Two of Swords comes up, it pretty much just represents confusion and being unclear. And I do feel like that's where it might come from, is when you're vibing high and you're giving to other people, you're going to be kind of attaching yourself to other energies, and it's going to bring some confusion, because I do think your energy will shift every now and then when you start like giving to others and being around people. So just always be mindful of that when you're going through those phases. And the beautiful Sun card's there, and the Sun card just represents just this beautiful energy of just really having a sense of victory and power and happiness. You're going to be in a really good space in the month of May. You're going to feel like yourself, and you're going to feel yourself really elevating, and you're going to have this like childlike behavior, and it's going to be a great energy. And so with the Child card represents just an energy of like new starts and innocence, and you're just going to be in a really good space within yourself of just having this wild and beautiful outlook on life, because you're in such a good space in the month of May. And so with the platypus, it says, stop complaining and focus your attention on the blessings in your life. And so I do think as you just be mindful when you do have that confusion space, don't get in the space of complaining or feeling frustrated. Release that energy because it's more than likely not yours, okay? And so kind of just moving forward into this next card here. The rattlesnake. The experiences that you're presently going through are an initiation into fulfilling your purpose as a healer. Oh, wow. So yeah, so it's crazy because basically I think what it's saying is, you know, as you're giving to people, you're going to be healing people because you're going to be around them. Your energy is going to be so beautiful and so vibrant, and your aura is just going to overflow with this beautiful energy that people are going to be healing themselves by talking to you. You're going to be helping them heal through some of the pain or frustrations that they're going through. And so, like I said, when you're doing that, make sure you're cleansing yourself, you're protecting yourself, putting yourself in a bubble, or using the crystals that you know are protection crystals. Black tourmaline is one great one, obsidian. So just making sure that you just realize too, as you are helping other people, making sure that you're helping yourself as well and protecting your energy as you allow others to be in your space. As above, so below, heaven and earth. And so, yeah, so making sure that you stay in your true north and you don't stoop down to your south node. And just realizing that when you're vibing high, that you can also end up vibing low. So, like I said, just make sure that you are really cleansing yourself and keeping that bubble. Akashic records, evaluation, and review. And so you are going to be in this great space of your intuition. And so I just want you to be mindful as when you're in that space within your intuition and you're healing other people by them talking to you and you being helpful to them, just realize that you also have to make sure you take care of yourself. Caregiver. We are with you, and Spirit has its own way of recognizing the care and love you provide to others, especially at the end of their lives. Just as you received care and love at the start of your life, caregivers often focus all their attention on their loved ones and often neglect their own concerns and well-being in the process. Oh my gosh, I've been just saying this. You know, you're going to be the caregiver, you're going to be the healer, you're going to be helping others and giving back to other people, but just please make sure that you're taking care of yourself, okay? It's saying this multiple times. You have to take care of yourself because what's going to happen is if you're not going to do that, you're going to see some other shifts happening, and I don't want that for you. You deserve to be vibing high always. Intuitive nudges. Oh my gosh, third eye. Remember I was talking about being intuitive, following your intuition. Your intuition is the language of the soul. We are born aware with a profound sense of inner knowing. Intuition is one of the greatest gifts we possess, which keeps us connected to the higher self, your higher self, the universe, and our divine spirit. I just said this. Can't make this up. You're going to be following your intuition in so many ways. So just realize that you are following your higher self. You're following your purpose. But making sure that you, once again, I'm going to keep telling you because I feel like I need to keep telling you because you're going to forget. And then you're like, Dr. Empath, what happened? I thought this was going to be a good month for me. And I'm like, I told you so. Where was your crystals? Where was your bubble? Where was your cleansing? That's how I feel I'm going to be talking to you. So I need to let you know for the 100th time, cleanse yourself. Put that bubble, get that tourmaline, get that obsidian, whatever you need. Get that selenite to release all that negative energy. Do what you gotta do. But I'm telling you now, as a healer, because I'm one of those, I'm a healer as well, understand you need to cleanse yourself. People have been telling me that for years. And I've had a few stories of me not cleansing myself. And I look at myself like, Dottie or Dr. Empath, why did I go through that? And why did I just do that? Come on, cleanse yourself. You have to cleanse yourself. All right. Anna, grandmother of Jesus, sending the light, laying foundations, divine plan. All right, so we're moving on to this card, and it's basically saying that you're having to lay down the foundations, and one of the foundations is cleansing yourself. Look at me telling you again, cleansing yourself, doing what you have to do. You have to lay down those foundations, because I realized too, once you start learning how to do that on a daily basis, it becomes part of your day. And so just how brushing your teeth, I'm sure as a kid you forget to brush your teeth, and brushing your teeth wasn't like a huge priority to you because you weren't used to it. But once you start doing it every day, now you wake up and it's like, you have to brush your teeth. You don't even think about, oh, I have to brush my teeth. It's almost like you get up, you go to the bathroom, do what you got to do, then you go brush your teeth. So that's what you need to get to a place of when you start cleansing yourself, especially as a healer. It needs to be second nature. All right, where are you being called to journey to? So I do think what that means is like your journey is becoming more of a healer, because of all of the healing energy that I am seeing here, especially on these cards. I do think it's really your journey, your purpose to help others. And so with that being said, as you learn how to help others, you have to know how to help yourself as well. Nothing is yet set in stone. So just realize too is like, if some of you are like, me being a healer, me helping others, and you're not in a helping or in that type of profession, understand that not everything is set in stone, that things are going to end up shifting. And so for the month of May, you are somehow, some way, in some shape or form, going to be helping others. Your hard work is paying off, and so whatever things that you were going through in the month of April, it is paying off in the month of May, because you literally have some beautiful cards here that is showing me that you are really going to be stepping into your purpose more in the month of May. And then adjustments are required. So just making sure that you're making any necessary adjustments in order for you to really be in your really just being connected and aligned within your purpose and aligned with your higher self, and following God's steps and God's path for you. And so just make sure that you are just making necessary changes that just need to be made in order for you to be in that good space. Like I said, cleansing yourself. That's probably some things that you need to change, because I'm sure you haven't been doing them. And so if you are, awesome, amp it up. But if you haven't, some awesome ways to do those things are like taking a shower, doing some meditation, sage spray is awesome. There's a bunch of things that you can utilize in order to do that. So with that being said, that is your pick a card reading for deck number 3 for the month of May. I really appreciate all of you that are always on my channel. If you have any questions or concerns or comments, please comment below. It's really important that you do that, because it's really going to help me know how to serve you all and to help you. This is part of me giving back. So just let me know if you, especially during the month of May, if something happens, you're like, oh, Dr. Empath said that. Go in there, type it up, send it to me, let me know what's going on. Also, if you want a personal reading or some healing through Reiki or Geo Love, please go ahead and go on my website and book one of those sessions. And also, as always, please make sure you subscribe and continue to elevate each other and vibe high. Love and light always.